when you have a look at program 6 again and the curve, it is far lower than the factory curve. So you would expect the car not doing much in the first 10%. There's almost no power going to the powertrain with this curve. So the whole disaster situation must have come from me changing the parameters to 105, 105. The reason I changed it, I wanted to prevent the engine from kicking in at all. I can put even 120 in there. It allows me even to put 120 in there. Why is that, if it's dangerous? 200, I can put 200% in there. The engine starts at 200%. So why is this allowed? Here we go. I'm putting 400 in there, which is totally insane. And now it tells me value was either too large or too small for an unsigned byte. Whatever that means, I have no idea. So what I will do now, I will save my configuration here as a Andy's Disaster PHEV Box settings. Okay. I'm saving these settings now, and here again program number 5, which I have programmed yesterday morning or the night before, which is my tow curve, my tow mode curve basically. So it increases the power to the motors in the lower area of your throttle. And when we have a look at the parameters, number 5, see the engine starts at 44, and kickstart is 100, kick hard is 100 as well. And still the engine kicked in quite early when I drove. So these parameters don't make sense, and they are not throttle. This is not the throttle. This is not the level of the throttle. This is something else. This is just a parameter, a number. I don't know what it actually. And now we are on program number 4. This is one I have programmed last week, and I couldn't use it because the car was just driving itself as well. Not quite as hard as with program number 6, but it was still, you needed to step on the brake all the time to keep the car, actually to prevent the car from moving. So I would say it had already 5, 6, 7, 8 kilowatt just by lifting your foot off the brake. I couldn't use this program as either, and the only parameters I changed was the 100 and 100 over here. Everything else that the engine starts is the same, and I don't know why the car develops so much torque right after you step off the brake. Yeah, because as per curve there should be nothing happening in the first 5%, say. Yeah, there should be very, very little power to the motors, and the opposite is the way. So something is not right with this whole software here, and I think VTech needs to come clear with all this programming stuff. They need to either disable this whole stuff and need to provide certain curves already with a box by default, and you just take your screwdriver and you select whatever curve, whatever map you would like. Or the whole manual needs to be rewritten and need to be very, very clear and specific what certain parameters do. And also, if parameters work dangerously like they did yesterday in my car, this should not be possible to even program in the software. There should be a message coming up saying, no, you can't have that. This all needs to be done. There's heaps of work to do for VTech now. We can't leave the whole software like this, and they provide a download and no documentation whatsoever which actually works for this programming. As I said many times before, the manual is inconsistent, the videos telling you another story, so what actually is true is neither of them actually work. And you're potentially selling, and you're probably selling thousands of these boxes worldwide, and people start programming these PHEV boxes now, and God knows what will happen when they put the wrong parameters in there. So VTech needs to react very, very quickly now and make sure this is not going to happen anymore. horses are just here. Ah, all three of them. Look at their fur. Look at their fur. He looks like a little donkey. Eh? Hey Dave. Hey Dave. Hey Dave. Yeah. Look at this fur. It is so nice and fluffy. Hey Betty. Oh, they're so soft. Beautiful. And Ted is very soft and fluffy too. Hey big boy. A little bit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. They've got so nice fur at the moment because they are living outside and the night temperature drops to about 5-6 degrees at the moment. So they're developing really thick and fluffy fur. Beautiful. I can't figure it out. I'll take a snapshot of the settings now and send it over to VTech. It just doesn't make sense to me. The provided manual is inconsistent, it is incomplete, it is totally confusing, it is unusable when it comes to programming the PHEV box. And what it has done is it started straight away when I turned on the car and put the car in reverse. Both motors got full power reverse. The engine kicked in serious mode, delivered more power to the whole system, and the car jumped just 2, 3, 4 meters back until I slammed on the brake and got it under control. The motors were still trying to push the car back all the way. Heaps of torque, you could feel it. Turning on the car, eco mode and reverse. I had to push the brake really hard, and when I put the car back into neutral, you could hear this loud bang in the front and in the back from the motors disengaging from the torque. Yeah. And I said, oh my god, now something is broken. And the engine in the front kept spinning at full power. The engine revs up, full power mode. And luckily it turned off when I pushed the start button in the car again and everything was turned off. But it was so scary and everything happened within 2 or 3 seconds all in total. And so you would expect the higher the number, the later the engine kicks in. Make sense? It makes sense to me, and that's what the manual says. If I have programmed dangerous parameters with putting 105 in every single column, why on earth is the program allowing this to happen? I mean, if it's dangerous, there should be some kind of block, some ban, some messages coming up and saying, don't do that, you hurt your car, you hurt other people, you drive over your pets. But there's nothing. I can put even... So this whole situation drives me totally nuts now. It should be not allowed to put dangerous values into this program and send them back to the PHEV box. There should be some kind of message coming up and saying you cannot use values above. Why is there no limit in the program coded which doesn't allow? Just lock the program down so users can only vary these parameters in a certain range. This all should be locked down. This is a safety issue in itself. And I will send these settings off to VTech now for clarification to see what solution they can provide for every owner of a PHEV box. And it looks like there's a little bit of misunderstanding happening at the moment in regards to this PHEV box problem. Let me make this clear again. This is not a problem of the PHEV box by itself. When you purchase a PHEV box, it works totally fine. There's no problem with it at all. The issue occurs when you start programming the box and changing throttle mapping, altering parameters. And this is exactly where the problem starts then. The real main problem at the moment is the missing documentation of what all these parameters mean and how to program them correctly. And now reading through all the comments on YouTube, Facebook and on messages you have sent me. This is like with everything else as well. Haters always gonna hate. Regardless how good the box may be, regardless how good the reviews are, regardless how many happy and satisfied customers are out there, haters always gonna hate. And look, and this is fine. This is your personal opinion, the same as this is my personal opinion. And I still think the PHEV Box is a very good product. Just the documentation and the software needs to be improved to make it a fantastic product. So please don't cancel your orders for the PHEV Box. I hope VTech responds to these inquiries very quickly and resolves the issues with programming the PHEV Box. Okay guys, so far this little update video. I'll get back to you as soon as I have more information about the PHEV Box problem. Thanks for watching guys, thanks for your support. This is Andy from Unplugged EV Australia, signing off. Stay charged, balanced and safe. See you later.